Yay! I'm so excited. Today we have module two. When you're hopping on, whether you're here watching live or catching the replay, hashtag live, hashtag replay, let us know where you're coming in from. And if you are all caught up with module one. I'm so excited to be here. I'm gonna open up my phone because these comments always come in slow. We will start today with some embodiment practices, which I'm so excited to share with you. So you want to clear your space, get ready to stand and make some movements. I'm just here a little bit early so that you can be sure to find the live video. Hi, Brittany. Yay. All right. We are here. I'm so excited. Grab your journal, grab water, clear your space. I want to also give you the workbook for module two, which is so exciting. Let us know when you're coming in. Let us know that you are here. If you're caught up, where you're coming in from, what you're most excited for. So share this in the Hi, Ashley. I'm so glad that you're here with us live. Oh my gosh. All right. I wonder, while we're just waiting for some people to get in, I wonder. I was going to think about going live, doing a screen share, but it doesn't look like it. So, anytime that you catch the replay, all you have to do is go into Amplified Impact Presents Spotlight. Underneath of the group photo, you will see discussion, guides, blah, 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 events, whatever is there. That is where you are going to find the replays. Click on guides, and under guides, you'll find everything. The workbook, the replay, the embodiment practice, it's all going to be there. We're actually going to do the embodiment practices today live, but I will do some video editing where there's an option for you just to chime into the embodiment practices. If you're like, I just need a couple of those exercises, what were they? Then you can come and easily find them. It's 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I'm so excited that you are here. Say hi in the chat and let us know. What was your biggest takeaway from module one? What really landed in your body? And what did you go on and continue to contemplate after module one? I gave you an entire week because identity work is work. And it's literally the just one switch that can change everything in your heart, in your life, in your business. Because it shifts how you feel and how you allow yourself to show up for you and what you say you want. Like, you don't just say you want it, you show up and you create it. You make it happen no matter what. It's the no matter freaking what energy. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have so much for you today. Hi, Billy Ann. Let's begin. I want to show you this practice that I just want to expand my screen so I can see myself fully. So this practice, you just bring your hands onto the back of your hips, feet wide, and you stand. And we're going to hold this posture for 2 minutes. And as you stand and you hold this posture for 2 minutes, know that this is a power stance. It's one that I love to do when I'm in a group and I'm feeling less than, I'm judging myself, not feeling worthy, feeling doubt. And I literally just feet wide, hands on the hips, and stand. Because after 2 minutes, it changes your physiological state. It increases your testosterone and it decreases your cortisol. And this is why, literally, like men, they take radical ownership. They're brave, they're courageous, they're confident because they have more testosterone. And this posture gives you more testosterone. Any moment that you're feeling like you lose yourself, you lose your power, you lose that knowing of the identity that you're claiming and you're stepping into, power pose. This is so freaking important. We're literally going to hold this for 2 minutes because after 2 minutes is when the shift happens. If you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. I want you to stand rooted into your feet. Breathing in and out of your nose and just standing in your freaking power. You are a human being. A magical man that's on this freaking planet that can do whatever you want. Whatever you want to create, there's no one that's stopping you but you. When you stand here and you stand in your power, nothing can get in the way. Because afterwards, there's this sense, I'm going to take over the world. And anyone here in Spotlight, don't be surprised if you start stepping onto stages sooner. Don't be surprised if opportunities start coming your way. Not because you listened to the training, not because you showed up and shared and created best friends in the comments, but because you do the work after the call. This isn't enough to stand here, to listen, to write. That's not enough. You have to keep taking action. Now, the next practice that I want to do for you is we're going to clear the energy so that the palms come down here in front of you and it's out open. And you're going to lift the hands up and over the head and then just whoosh. So palms in front, fingers almost touching. Inhale, over the head, wash it down, and then bring it down. We're clearing the heart. We're clearing the womb and the confidence. We're clearing the throat. We're clearing the voice. We're clearing the crown. Lifting up and washing it down. Lifting up and washing it down. Lifting up and washing it down. Like, what don't you want? What stories are you freaking here to let go of? Inhale up. Story out. Inhale up. Not in my field anymore. Inhale up. Vision's too big. No, ain't got time for that. You can do that for 2 or 3 minutes, 2 or 3 rounds. Clearing your energetic field. Clearing the chakras. Getting out of your head and into your body as you clear your auric field. That's number 2. And now the next one. I want you to shake your legs and shake your arms. I want you to smile. If you're smiling for 90 seconds, you cannot be sad. So shake your arms, shake your legs, shake it all out. I want you to shake those freaking stories. You're not here to hold stories anymore. I want you just to move and shake. And like, if there was anything that's coming with you from last week that you're just fucking done with, I want you to let it go and shake it out. Let it go and shake it out. Like, no more playing small. Shake it out. And then you can stop. Place your hands on your heart. Feel your heart beating. Feel your breath flowing. Just taking a moment to feel into the energy that we've created. And when you're ready, you can begin to come down to your seated position. And let's just drop in and connect from where we were last week, how you're feeling, what you're noticing, and let this be a moment to share. Brittany says, this past week has had me breaking down everything I want, who I am now, who do I need to be. I have been in breakdown mode so I can put myself back together as the person I need to be to have everything I desire. Who doesn't feel that? Do you feel that? Share with me in the comments, like what's coming forward and through from last week to now? And what are you letting go of? These are 3 embodiment practices that I'm sharing with you. You can just shake your legs in the morning when you wake up. You can do a few body cleanses before you go onto a client call or post-client call. You can do the power pose right before you put yourself in the biggest room that you've ever been in. Like, holy moly, I feel so nervous. Power pose, baby. I'm here for it. These are amazing practices to tap you in to your power. I put in the comments for you all workbook from module 2. I'm just going to see if I can pin the comments so it's easy for you to find. Share, blow up the chat, like be present, make friends, take your notes in the chat box. If there's something that I say and it lands, type it out, we'll share it on social. If you're loving this and you want to share it on your socials, tag me, tag a new friend from here, and we will be diving into a module that it just keeps freaking unfolding. It's wild, it's crazy, and it's like, of course, this is what happens when we take full radical ownership for that which we can control. In a world of life, there will always be things that you cannot control. But you always and will always have control of some things. Being the artist, being the creator of your life allows you to be in control of how you respond. The artist gets to choose how she creates art. The best painters, writers, dancers in the world cannot create if they aren't connected to their truth. And so when you are connected to your mind, your body, and your spirit, your action will follow what you say you desire. And radical ownership gives you confidence to own who the heck you are, to fully own who you are. And this encourages you to be vulnerable, to be unapologetic. When you give no Fs, out of deep love, it's not like I don't give and I don't care. It's like I don't give an F, I am who I am. I know who I am. And if you desire, who here, drop it in the chat, do you desire to make a difference in the world? Put me in the chat if you desire to make a difference in the world. Who's here ready for the friction, the choppiness? Who's here ready for the waves that are going to come with the messy waves on a super windy day that comes when you start to live and speak your truth? Friction with yourself. Who do I think I am? Can I charge this? Can I say that? Can I do this? Friction with others. Who does she think she is? She thinks she can charge that. That's not who she used to be. That's not how you used to act. If you've been playing small, or if you've been playing safe, if you've been trying to do what you want to do but not offend others or not hurt others at the sacrifice of yourself, maybe you're like me, I've been there, I'm there still at moments. Get ready for friction. Every wave has a choppy day. It's the friction that happens. And anything with a new beginning or new chapter always has and holds an ending. If you've been living your life playing small, not speaking your truth, and now you're ready to live your truth, be vulnerable, be unapologetic, finally step into who you've always been, your past self is going to try to keep you safe. And all the people around you that want you to stay the same is going to try to keep you the same. And so living your truth is always going to hold friction, and waves are always going to hold bumpiness and choppiness. The bumps, the chops, is the death of your past self and the beginning of a birthing cycle for your future self. Destruction of the playing small, the staying safe, the not saying what it is that you desire is an opportunity for new. Hurricanes, fires, natural disasters, gardens after the winter, divorce, a loss of an animal. This comes with letting go and saying goodbye to certain stories. Who here found stories from last week that they're ready to let go of, and they're ready to put it in the chat so we can let them go with you? Share the stories. What stories you tell yourself, what stories you tell other people, stories that you're just literally allowing to hold you back. Living your truth and taking radical ownership for your life, this is where rapid growth happens. And it also brings the closing of past chapters so there can be a new birthing of a different chapter, maybe even a brand new book. And the beautiful thing about this is that it shows you who you truly are and who's here along for the ride. Who's here to grow with you? I don't know about you, but I don't want to be friends or work with or married to or in relationship with my family if I can't be who I am. Not anymore. I did that for so long, and I felt it. I felt lost. I felt like I didn't belong. But it was me that had to get comfortable with being me and realizing that some people weren't going to vibe with me. What are you done sacrificing? What are you done saying yes to at the sacrifice of yourself? What are you done saying no to at the sacrifice of yourself? And are you okay with losing people you love if that's what happens? I recently had this happen. So many of you watched it happen. I had no idea that this photo shoot was going to have people being like, I'm not vibing with this new direction you're going. Like, I just created a piece of content on Instagram the last couple days. I'm like, I'm not wearing makeup because I don't want to. But today I wanted to wear makeup. And while I was on the way home from the retreat, I was reading this book called Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Who's read it? And she was sharing a story about Pink. And Pink's like, you know what? I'm done wearing makeup. I don't want to wear makeup anymore. And then someone came in the room and she was putting on lipstick and they said, "I thought you weren't wearing makeup anymore." And she says, "I can do what the I'm whispering in case you guys have kids. You can do what you want. You can choose to be a barefooted rich person, but donate all of your money to poor children." I had no idea doing this photo shoot was gonna mean people didn't wanna work with me because I started wearing makeup. I now have some of my favorite clients telling me, "I don't like the way you market this mystery offer." She was like one of my first clients. I'm not even sure if she's in here because she did eventually ask to join, which was this duality, but she's like one of my favorite past clients from when I first started my online business. And she said, "I'm really traumatized by the way that you're marketing the mystery offer." And I was like, "I'm really sorry. But like, I'm in love with surprises. I'm in love with mysteries. I'm in love with overgiving. And for me, this is a gift to my clients." I triggered and activated people that I love deeply by being unapologetically myself. I'm curious, who here is afraid of that, if we're being honest? And who here has perhaps ever experienced this? Has anyone ever had this happen? Hi, Jane. Who here has spent their whole life trying to fit in, trying to please others, trying to make it safe and comfortable for others to be in your world? Who here has been walking on eggshells from being who you are, from saying what you want to say, from doing what you want to do, from saying out loud what you desire? I hope from the chat that you see you're not alone. The chat is blowing up right now because this is what we've been conditioned. Good girl, nice girl, be humble, don't want too much, be quiet. Kids are quiet. We've been shh from our desires, our voice, our self expression, the size of our body, almost probably our whole lives. Who's done? Who's done? This came like with a lot of grief and sadness. I cried. I journaled. I called my mentors. I questioned myself. Questioning yourself is a good thing. And you'll see why in the homework that I pinned to the chat. It made me really question who I am and what I am doing, as it should, from someone who has values and from someone who cares. We're not overlooking other people's opinions. We want to know good or bad. I don't just celebrate all of you that have been just like, "Man, Amber, you changed my life. I love your energy. I wouldn't be here where I am today without you." I don't just celebrate those things and then walk into the clouds like I'm the best thing ever. I take every judgment, every opinion, and I reflect on my truth about it. I'm always trying to grow. And so it allowed me to strengthen my why and my direction in my life more than anything else ever has. And the best thing about all of this is that 35 of you filled out the form that I had you fill out to enter to win. Thank you. If you filled out that form, thank you. Because you took your time, your heart, your energy, and that means the world to me. I'm on the plane and I'm like crying, just so grateful that I've built this community because it hasn't always been this way. I dreamed of this. And now that I have it, it's like, thank you. It's like I asked on this form, why did you join? And people said, your energy, your evolution in the last 3 months. I buy anything and everything you sell. Any experience with you is worth it. I've been wanting to work with you for some time and this just felt right. And I know Amber's here right now. I'm dying because one of them read, Amber could sell antifungal cream and I would buy it. And I was like, hashtag I'm winning. But Amber has continuously bought everything that I've sold. She just goes into everything because she sees the value in herself and being in these rooms. And so I built a community that sees and feels my heart. And those that are falling away right now, I'm triggering and activating something in them that they desire. And I've watched this happen because I have clients. One of them is blowing up right now, and she's getting sales in her sleep. She was going to work with me. She decided not to, went and hired this other company. They scammed her. She's struggling. She's in debt. She keeps trusting me and keeps easing her way in, and she's seeing more and more results from me. And this happens a lot. So many people are like, Amber, I want to work with you one day. They go and hire someone else because someone else is more pushy in their sales. They regret it and they run back because I don't push. I don't push my clients. Right now, starting July 1st, I'm increasing my one-on-one coaching to 30K for a year-long commitment. I only have one spot I'm doing at the current rate that it is, and then I'm increasing it. And this is why. Because the value that has in someone else's life when they come into my world shifts completely. And I see the value when I invest in myself like this. Jana, she came to me in December of last year. Her and I were ping-ponging back and forth in Facebook Messenger. I don't pressure. I just ask questions and guide if I think it's going to be a good fit. She decided, after talking to her accountant, after feeling into her heart, she was going to join the beginning of January. She joined my one-on-one coaching the beginning of January because she wanted to sell out her retreats for 2024. She sold out all 4 of her 2024 retreats. And she now has her 2025 retreats on waitlist, with one of her retreats that is sold out, only 4 spots left for next year. That's how big this investment was. And then my mastermind clients say, hi, I know you saw this. In 6 months of her and I working together, she grew her following by 50% more than she did before we started working together in 6 months. In 6 months. I love when Facebook does those things. So for me, it doesn't matter if I show up and wear makeup. It doesn't matter if I show up to a call and I barely have my hair done. Like, it doesn't matter if I buy luxury things. What you wear or your level of status, like, my clients are from all walks of life. I have clients that are just starting out that are in their 60s, and I have clients that are 7-figure entrepreneurs because that's how open-hearted I am. And so if you feel a true connection, and if you're not taking full radical ownership for who you are and how you show up, you're not a match for living your truth. You're a match for living a lie. And when that happens, you attract clients that are living a lie. What's better? To attract clients that drain you, attract a soulmate that's not yours, to stay in the rat race, or just knowing that when you trigger others, it's because deep down inside they desire what you desire. I recently just got back yesterday at 10 p.m. at night. Actually, it was midnight. And the first group experience that I went on for the brand and photo shoot in Colorado, there was 3 other women. And one of the women shared with me when we were walking to Whole Foods that she recently started living and walking in her truth. And once she did, she lost her relationship with her mom and both of her sisters because she was done getting walked all over, because she was done keeping quiet. Have a relationship pretending to be someone I'm not, or have no relationship and actually be who I am. That's so challenging. because this happens in family dynamics more so than not. This happens in business, and some people just aren't comfortable with change. Though we all know change is the only inevitable, change is the only thing that's definitely going to happen. This is where embodiment practices come in. Like, this is where embodiment practices are so helpful. Power stance, cleansing your auric field, or just shaking it off. Shaking it off so it doesn't come home to your family life. Shaking it off so it doesn't come onto the call with you. You're no longer being who you think you're supposed to be. You're reminded of who you are and why you came here. I just want to come down to the chats. I am done. Yes. Done, done, done. I'm learning to let go. I love mysteries and surprises. Me, this girl. I have a fear of being rejected. Yeah. So the more you speak and live your truth, the more embodied you become. The easier life becomes. But while learning to live an embodied life, your ability to discern is a skill you must master. It's an art. It's an art for you to listen to what the body is telling you. The body is always speaking. Should I do this? Should I do that? How to know? How do you know what is right for you? Share, drop in the comments. When to make a decision? How do you know for you what is the right decision? How do you make decisions? Drop it in the chat. It really does take a deep level of embodiment, knowing why you say yes, why you say no. This is really important to understand so that you understand why you're doing something. What motivates you? What's the motivation behind the answer? Always asking, what's the intention behind the decision? And this is going to let you know if it's coming from an in or out of body experience. Is it coming from your head or is it being directed from your heart? You are going to need strong motives to do big things. Strong motives. Because your mentor, your best friend, your spouse cannot know what you should do. It's good to lean into a mentor. It's good to lean into your friends. It's good to lean into your partner. But like, I am never going to be the mentor that's like, this is what you should do. I'm going to ask deeper questions and understanding and put the question back on you. The best coaches and mentors out there are not going to tell you what to do. They're going to ask you questions that clarify for you the answer. Because you know what to do. Oftentimes, what we need to do, we're afraid of doing. One of my clients last year, I think it was last year. No, it was the beginning of this year. She was struggling to sell $11 offers. She has a 7-figure business, one of the most top played podcasts in the United States, and was struggling to sell $11 offers. We worked together for 1 month. She burnt her past business and niche to the ground, recreated the business that she'd been wanting to. Intuition had been telling her to for so long, but like, why would I let go of a business that's so successful and I have so many clients? And because it's not working anymore. Why is it not working anymore? Because you're not aligned. The first month that we worked together, she sold a package for $36,000 from alignment, from listening to intuition. That's how quickly it can shift. Why are we still where we are? Because we're not making the decision that we know to make. I stayed in a relationship for 5 years. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in that relationship for 5 years. I kept fighting what my body knew from the very beginning because my mind had a story. And I was so invested in the story that I overrid my body for 5 years. Why? Because it was a pattern of my dad and my mom. Because it was generational. Because me choosing to listen to my heart, my intuition, and knowing meant unbreaking ancestral lineage, being the first in my immediate family to choose me, even though, like, what if it would never got this good? What if I never fell in love again? What if I was alone forever? It's hard. And so, more often than not, you know what to do, but the decision you need to do, it excites you and it scares you. If you're about to make an investment and it doesn't scare you, you're playing it safe. It's time to hire the mentor that you really want to hire. So often people go out there and try to get a deal only to get scammed and it not be what they actually wanted. They're playing it safe, playing it small. So when your body tells you and you want to make a really big investment, and then the logic or doubt seeps in, and the mind starts playing all of these stories, these are the questions to ask yourself. Why would you say yes? Why would you say no? What is the body telling me right now? What do I feel in my body? Where is it? What shape is it taking? What color is it? When I lean into the sensation, what else is there for me? What story are you trying to feed in your mind? What story are you trying to play in your mind? And what truth do you want to be lived? What truth do you want to be lived? And then Benjamin Hardy. I love him. I just seen him at an event in May, and I've been reading his book, 10x is easier than 2x. Highly recommend. You can listen to the audiobook on YouTube, but I do recommend keeping with our theme in the embodiment book that I sent you, but if you want to add it to your list. He found that there are two types of entrepreneurs. The wannabe entrepreneurs and the point of no return entrepreneurs. He devoted his college studies, his master degree, to studying entrepreneurship, wannabe entrepreneurs, and the point of no return entrepreneurs. The wannabe entrepreneurs hadn't had a moment of being so invested that there was no other choice to make it work. It was like kind of dancing between the lines, but they weren't physically, psychologically, emotionally invested enough. And when they lean into the safety, the guarantee that I'll invest just a little bit, they haven't found enough motivation that gives them the strength, the courage, and the bravery to hike up to Mount Everest. Anyone ever hiked a 14er? Or maybe Mount Everest? Once you reach a certain point along the hike of Mount Everest, a 14er, something challenging, there's going to be a point where there's no thought even in your mind about turning around and going back down. You are so sold on getting to the top, finishing the thing, like I'm already this far. I've already done this much. That there's a point of no return in your mind that you're not looking back. Right now, most people aren't in our industry of self-development, coaching, the online space for more than 10 years. Most people won't do this for a decade. That's why most people aren't successful. But once you invest enough into entrepreneurship, there's a point of no return. And I always use Walt Disney. I always come back to him because he was having a mental breakdown. He was hundreds of thousands of dollars of in debt, eating green beans, getting turned down 300 times to birth Mickey Mouse into the world. And now he is $1 billion company. My son wants to wear Mickey Mouse in the morning, in the evening, and today he made me get him his Mickey Mouse bowl. Mama, Mickey Mouse. He wouldn't eat our granola out of my bowl. I had to stop eating my breakfast, move my breakfast into his Mickey Mouse bowl. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Because of course he doesn't eat his bowl. He only wants to eat my bowl, but my bowl has to go into his bowl. So who here has a toddler? If you know, or if you've been around a toddler, it's like when Amani wants to wear when Amani wants to wear Mickey Mouse, We are wearing Mickey Mouse, or he is going to throw himself to the ground until he gets Mickey Mouse. So your why to hike up to Mount Everest, your why to hike up to success in business has to be so big, and you have to take radical ownership for it. It's like, why do you want it? Not just for them. Like, your why just for other people isn't enough, because you're the one doing it. It's for the change of what you do in the world for you. It's who you become changing other people's lives. It's the impact that it has on you. If we stay the same, we get bored. If we don't keep pushing ourselves to grow and expand, we lose the purpose of life and why the heck we're here. If we just dabble into entrepreneurship or dabble into sometimes creating a masterclass, sometimes creating content, like at the second retreat that I was just at, I was with really successful people and not so successful people. People that had been in business for a really long time and people that were just starting. We think like the newbies were like, once I have my niche, once I get my first few clients, once I get this masterclass thing down, then it'll be easy. And the successful people are like, once I get here, once I get there, once this happens, it's like there's never a point where we're just satisfied. And that's why I say coming into a place of celebration for everything that you've done and everything that you've achieved, everything that you've devoted, which is what we're working on tomorrow, devotion to study, everything that you've devoted your life to, the becoming that has allowed you to get here. And that growing is just something that lights your heart and soul on fire. It's like, I'm so grateful where I am, and I'm always gonna wanna keep growing. I'm always gonna wanna keep expanding. And that's why, like, when I mentioned on the call, take radical ownership, like you paid $1 million to be here. I read so many of your applications, and most of you were 4 out of 5 emotionally and spiritual wealthy, making 6 or multiple 6 figures. And it didn't matter if you were just starting your business or you were making multiple 6 figures. Not many people put they were a 5 in financial wealth. Why? Scarcity mindset. We live in a world of scarcity. Nothing is ever enough. Money doesn't grow on trees. You got to work harder for that. You got to sell your time for money. Your spiritual and emotional wealth should be an energetic match for your financial wealth. Like how connected you feel to God, source, how in control of you and your emotions you are should be the identical match for your financial wealth. And if it's not, why? So many of you said you wanted $1 million companies, but you felt weird saying that out loud. Hi, my name's Amber Hackberg, and that was me for so long. I felt so weird saying that I wanted $1 million company. Like me, a multi-million-dollar company? Like, can I say that out loud? What are other people gonna think? Only to realize all I'm doing is attracting people that feel the same exact way. Can we be unapologetic? Can we just say, like, the more that we have, the more that we can give back? I just paid off someone on their GoFundMe. They have no idea who I am. I paid it off because they were struggling from a fire. No insurance. I want more money so I can do more things like that. So when you look at radical ownership, like everyone holding the dream for financial freedom to do something amazing in the world for themselves and their children, that's so beautiful. And why do you want it for you? Looking at like, yes, I want to have an impact, but why do I want wealth for me? Full expression, the ability to really fully express, to not be worried, to be able to buy organic produce, to be able to continue to invest in myself. Like, and when you're going to speak your truth, actually say it out loud. I want us to work on together releasing shame around what it is that we want. And even doing the work of understanding, why is there shame when I say I want this? Where is that coming from? Is it from my mother? Is it from another coach? Is it from my judgment of another coach, but realizing that that's what I want? You cannot just have one foot in and one foot out if this works. When I first invested 6,500, I went all in, like it's the most I'd ever invested. And then it was a 15K mastermind for 6 months. And that 15K mastermind for 6 months had 30 people on a 1 hour call in a Voxer chat. And then I paid 15K for 3 months. And that 15K for 3 months had 12 people in a Voxer chat with a 1 hour call every 2 weeks. Then I paid 50 for private coach, 40 for private coaching, rather, it was 40. And that's nice because it's private, right? 40K for private coaching, like it's just me and my coach anytime and all the time. And I hired her not from a place of need, I hired her from a place of desire. And that's where everything shifted because I just kept stretching my capacity. And we all know this is a privilege, this is a gift that we have that opportunity. But that's why I want to keep growing my business because I want to keep growing my capacity to hold more. And I don't know how I could have gone through all of the judgment when I was just really stepping into the spotlight. And one of the biggest things that broke through for me is I wanted to create spotlight for my clients. I was like, I want my clients to create and build their own stage, become well known, become recognized, and build a global movement. What I didn't realize until I just went on these 2 retreats is I wanted that for me. I was building spotlight for me to step into the spotlight because now I know what it feels like. Now I know what happens. It's not fun, and it's fun because you attract your real people. You attract your true tribe. Like you here listening to this, you're my people. You're my people. That's why you're here. And so it's just really, really important that we let go of shame, that we let go of being quiet, that we stop holding back from speaking our truth. Like, I just want you to take a moment right here and now and close your eyes and ask yourself, radical ownership. What do you really, really desire right now? What do you want? To step into the spotlight, what do you want to be the effect of your action? Visibility, well known, recognized, sold out, rich as F. What's your deepest desire? Can you own that right now? If you're alone and you have the ability, say it out loud. And if you're being frickin' honest, why do you believe you don't or can't have it yet? And then drop it into the comments. Unapologetically, without shame. If you're open to be unapologetic, to be vulnerable, share what you want. And if there's any story of why you can't have it, why you can't have it now. My client, Yale, she joined my mastermind in December last year. She was just doing retreats and evolution came through. She's actually an authenticity coach. She just keeps getting clients after clients after clients. but it's always after a crumble, always after she's having a breakdown, crying, moving through pain, moving through darkness. And when she comes into her authentic truth, she has a breakthrough and attracts a new soulmate client. The moment that she changed her Instagram bio to who she truly wanted to be, she created a reel, and that night it went viral. 500,000 people seen it, 200 comments, I think around 1,500 follows, just from finally putting in her Instagram bio what she wanted, fully embodied who she wanted to be without shame, declaring it, claiming it. Everything shifted. At the beginning of this year, first time I did Barefoot and Rich giveaways. I always give away the best things. My client, Wendy, that I was telling you about, she invested into the CEO Ripple Collective an entire year. And I messaged her and I said, don't you see that you just won this? I'll be refunding you $970. She moved while other people were DMing me, I hope I win this. I hope I win this. She moved and she won it. When we move, we get. We become it. It happens that much quicker. Same thing happened for Billy Ann. She signed up for the VIP one-on-one. Then she signed up for the CEO Ripple Collective. And I put everyone's names and email addresses into the Excel spreadsheet. There's a random code. She won the offer. But the day before, she went first. Whatever you leave here today, radical ownership with taking action towards what you want. No more shame, no more doubt, no more fear. And when I say no more fear, no more shame, no more doubt, it's how can I make it smaller? You are a human being. Whether you are making 6 figures a year, 7 figures a year, or beyond, money does not matter. It does not matter how long you've been in business, how many stages you have spoke on, how many master classes you've done. None of that matters because you are a human being. The way that you show up and you take action is going to be different if you have just lost a son. The way that you show up and you take action is going to be different than if you just had a baby. The way you show up is going to always be different. All we can do is shorten the distance between saying yes to what we want and saying no to what we want. And becoming the version that we desire to become through action, and this is radical ownership. You are responsible for the life that you create, and no one can know for you what is the best. Should I move here? Should I move there? Should I hire this coach? Should I hire that coach? Should I charge this much or should I charge that much? Should I do it this way or that way? Mentors are good because they can teach from experience. Like if you hire a mentor, hire someone that's where you desire to be, that lives a lifestyle in alignment with what you desire, not out of like, they're going to fix me. They have something that I don't have. I don't have anything that you don't have. I may have more experience, I may have more time invested, I may have more money invested, but like we are all human beings connected to a channel of source, God, power. And if you take radical ownership for what it is that you desire and you hold the shame, you hold the doubt, you hold the fear and say, my dream is so big, I'm going to put you to the side now. And just keep walking forward. Maybe it can walk with you. If you want it to, let it walk with you. But let it shorten the distance. Because I can promise you that there is no other speaker on stage, no other author, no other coach, mentor, teacher, guide that has something you don't. They've just taken radical ownership for their desires and their actions. And when you want something, you say you want it and you go for it, something shifts inside of you. And you become it quicker. And that's why we did the identity work first. I did attach the workbook for you. I'm gonna read these out loud, I love this. So, sold out retreats completely booked because I'm not totally clear on my offer. Yes, that could be. Global visible and social media serving clients. Technology challenge. Who here isn't tech challenged? I can't go live from Zoom in here because I'm tech challenged. I want to make a difference in the world, but also be rich as fuck. Yes, queen. Financial freedom to do anything I desire, healing for myself and the communities I live in. I want to be rich, sold out, holding masterminds, making money when I sleep, making a difference in so many lives. I want to be a global inspirational speaker, yes. Healing others, community or memberships, helping animals, writing books, speaking on stages, traveling the world, freedom and abundance. You guys are my people. This is what I want. I want the same thing that each one of you want, and that's why I love getting in these rooms. The workbook, I'll send it out in the replay. I want you to take some time to do this today, tomorrow, put it in there. If you're not already, so many of you are already in my mastermind. We're opening up 6 spots at the end of this month, and I'm doing something that I've never done before, and I'm adding in one-on-one. So if you're someone that like wants to work together one-on-one, but you're not really wanting to or can't right now invest in the entire year-long experience, then shoot me a DM for the application and I'll send that over to you. Tomorrow is about self-study, swadhyaya, and the 3 cloaks that get in our way when it comes to stepping on stage and letting the world fully see who we are. I look forward to seeing your reflections, share them in the group, create connection here if you have the time and the space, like go and reach out to other people in this community. You can do Instagram lives together, podcast swaps, just like make friends, because being in the room with other people who desire to be fully booked, sold out, rich as F, making change, global speaking, it comes from these connections. The reason that I'm speaking on stages this year is because of the connections that I've made in programs and the people that I have met. So the more that we can put ourselves out there and be involved into the community, the more we are going to be able to do what we want to do. And that comes from introducing yourself, saying hi to other people in this group. And I will see you tomorrow for module 3. Bye. Oh, by the way, for those of you that are in VIP, I'll see you over in Zoom. If you're not in VIP, but you desire to be, just go to the email I just sent out. We have 3 spots left for that, for real this time.